Drie kunstenaars vanuit Fillepijnen. Die hebben nu hun werken hier hangen in Galery Egidu aan de Waterkant. Elk met zijn eigen verhaal. Twee heren, twee dames en een heer. Allemaal werkzaam hier in Suriname vanuit de Filipino community die we er hebben. We begrijpen dat er ongeveer 300 Filipijnen er zijn in Suriname. Een small community die ook nu toch probeert om zaken te doen in Suriname, zoals kunst en andere zaken. En we spraken er met deze drie kunstenaars en ze vertellen niet alleen over hun werken die ze hier hebben staan, maar zij vertellen ook over hun inspiratie, hun dromen en hun wensen.
About myself, my profession is really with the arts already. Before, I studied fine arts back in the Philippines, and after that, I became an animator in Toei animation. So with the company which I was working with was the one who did the Dragon Ball Z, and while I was there, we're doing the One Piece. So I was one of those who's doing the One Piece. Right now, I think Netflix has that live action, but we did the anime of that series. And besides that, we also did some movies with Toei and several other Japanese animation series.
Yeah. And all that you did in the Philippines.
Yeah, in the Philippines. Japan has a branch in the Philippines, and so they employed Filipino animators and Filipino production staff, and I'm one of those people who's been working there.
Yeah. And has there been any solo exhibitions of you in the Philippines?
No, before I just joined group exhibits there. And when I was in animation, I was so focused in animation, I wasn't able to do visual arts then. And after a while, then when I was here, I started to join international exhibits. So I did I did an exhibit in Russia. I have some in Japan, United States, Bulgaria.
All right.
Yeah.
So you have seen a lot of places in the world.
No, I just send my works there.
You sent your work.
I just because I can also go there, but it's I did not go because also it's quite expensive to go everywhere, and so I just send my works there, and then send it back. Just like this one. This was in Bulgaria.
Okay. But what do you like the most, animation or just visual arts?
Right now, my passion is really with because animation, you are being directed what you have to do. And there's no freedom in it because you have to follow what the director wants. And while you're doing this thing, it is really out of your heart that what you're doing. And so there's really much freedom in making these paintings and visual arts.
Yes. So tell us about you in Suriname. From the Philippines, now here in Suriname, how did you come to Suriname? What's the story behind it?
Yeah, I came here because of my husband. So when we met, of course, I have to join him. So there I moved from the Philippines. I moved here, and from the time that my kids were still young, of course I couldn't concentrate on my art, so I concentrated in them. And right now they are in their school age. I can somehow go back to my passion.
Okay.
Yeah, because this one, visual arts, painting, do take a lot of time. You need some concentration in it.
And when I look a little bit around, I see that you paint almost everything.
Yeah. I concentrate with watercolor. And right now I am the head of International Watercolor Society for Suriname.
Okay.
Yeah. IWS has 100.
What's the main purpose of that society?
It means to promote the use of watercolor as a medium, at the same time be able to promote peace and harmony through art.
Yes, and I've seen some ads here and there. I think the 23 of September, there is an activity with watercolor.
Yeah, I will have a watercolor workshop. So what I've learned in watercolor, because watercolor is somehow the most difficult medium to master. So you need to have a lot of patience when it comes to watercolor. And I would like to share what I have learned through the process of using watercolor with the people here, and at the same time, I can find they call gems, and they could somehow join International Watercolor Society and be able to also send their works abroad and be able to represent Suriname.
Okay.
Not just before, it's just always me. And I want to have other people from Suriname to send also their works.
Yes. And is it your first exhibition in Suriname?
I joined before with the National Kunstbeurs. Yeah, twice. CF. So that is the exhibition that I did before with the local here.
Yeah.
And this is our group exhibition as Filipinos.
And what are the reactions?
Huh?
What are the reactions from people? Do they like your work?
Somehow I get positive reactions over it, and I'm hoping that they will open their eyes with. I mean, it is like sharing our culture with Suriname, and Suriname is known for having diverse culture, and so I would like also to, through art, be able to render the culture of Suriname through watercolor.
Yeah. Are there some similarities between Suriname and the Philippines?
Yeah, as I read before, Suriname is the most Asian outside of Asia because of the Javanese and the Chinese and the Hindustans.
Yes.
So especially the Javanese and the Chinese, we have a lot of similarities with them, especially the food, some of the cultures, and even the language. We had some terms that quite similar with the Japanese language.
Yeah. And as I'm looking at your work, let's say this one, what is the story behind that?
This is the sea nomads. We call them Widjai. They are divers in the Philippines, and they have this kind of ability that they can dive and stay in the water for 13 minutes without breathing.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are known for like sea dwellers, and you see their houses are there, and this is their life. And somehow it captures my attention because I like the sea, the way it is portrayed there, and you can see how their everyday life is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see that your family, your husband, is very important for you also.
Yeah, I would like to, of course, he's very important. He's been very supportive in all of this exhibition.
But that is only for showing?
Yeah, it's only for showing.
Or do you sell it also?
No. These ones are for my personal collections, and the rest is for, that one can be sold. And this one was my entry that won the 3rd place in Fort Worth, Texas, United States.
Whispering.
Yeah, Whispering. That one I got the 3rd place there. And I'm happy that also through those platforms I can somehow, because I am in that competition, I am representing Suriname. Where you reside, then you represent it.
Yes.
I'm already here. Why not help?
Yeah. What is the dream? What do you want to accomplish with your visual arts?
Of course, I want that watercolor can be somehow be used as a medium here in Suriname, and also to the Surinamese will be able to appreciate the beauty of watercolor, and so that because with the IWS, Suriname can have a platform for the international arena, and in that way, being an artist and living already here this is my second home, I can somehow contribute something for the country.
Yeah. And have you had some collaboration? Have you met some Surinamese visual artists?
Yeah, I have met some and made friends with some Surinamese artists.
And what do you find of their work? What do you think of their work?
I like their work. Mostly I am tending with realism, and so the artists that I met was working with realism also. So yeah, we have some kind of like meeting of minds when it comes to that.
Yes. And the exhibition is still when?
Our exhibition is from September 16 to September 29, from 8 to 4, and this Galery Egidu.
Yeah. And there are two other artists.
Yeah.
Both are from the Philippines also.
Yeah. So it's
Living in Suriname or
Yeah,
just
they're-
with vacation?
no, they're working here in Suriname and been living here. Like that work is from Melanie, and the other ones there is from Dr. Miguel Rugali. He is a doctor in Diaconess.
Is there a Filipino community in Suriname?
Yeah, there's a Filipino community here. I think it's around 300 Filipinos living here.
And is it a close community? You guys meet each other?
Yeah, there are times, especially during our Independence Day, they have gatherings. And I think during Christmas, they also do gathers. But yeah, so that is in the way that the Filipinos do gather here.
Yes, I'm a doctor as a profession. I come from the Philippines, so the three artists that's running this exhibition are from the Philippines.
Yes.
Yeah,
How long have you been in Suriname?
I've been here for 9 years already.
And painting, how many years?
Painting is,
Also in the Philippines?
Yes,
Okay.
I started painting from the Philippines.
How
But-
old were you?
Probably when younger, but as I grow older, the passion becomes more in depth.
Did you have any solo exhibitions in the Philippines or group exhibitions?
Mostly group exhibition, yes.
Yeah.
But because I work full time as a doctor, wasn't able to do some artworks. So when I came here, I just put the painting on hold.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and just so happened because of the pandemic, I they required us to stay at home, so that's the time I started catching up again.
Yeah. What do you like to paint?
Mostly still life. Yes,
Yeah.
using acrylic as a medium.
Yes. And from what do you get your inspiration?
Varied. I take my subjects. So when I roam around, walk along the streets, I'm always on the lookout for a nice subject
Okay.
to paint. Yes.
And I see that color, the use of color, bright color, is very important for you.
Yes. Because I want the subjects to stand out. That's why it's important for an artist to know at least some basic color theory.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and you do most still life.
Yes. Also some landscape, but mostly still life.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the reactions of the people?
When they saw this,
When they saw your work.
just like what you said, the colors pop out. Is the colors are vivid, intense.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that were the first reaction of people saw it when they saw your work.
Yes, and they thought that the objects are, have a 3D.
Yeah. When I saw this one, I was earlier today here, and when I saw this, I thought it was 3D.
Yes, because it's important to me that the objects pop out of the frame. That's why I incorporate the color theory, also the layout, how to place the objects.
Yeah. And how did you three artists met each other?
Well, we are compatriots. We are from the Philippines, so we know each other. Yes.
Because
Because
I've came to understand there's a small Filipino community in Suriname.
so we have a small community of Filipinos, so we tend to know each other.
Yeah. What is your dream, Dr. Regalo? Yeah, Dr. Rogali. Yeah. What is the dream when it comes to painting?
I'll just, for the meantime, it's just a hobby to balance, to have some balance, because I have to work, of course, to sustain my needs, also to buy materials.
Yeah. And have you met some Surinamese artists, visual artists?
Yes, yes.
And what do you think of their work?
Because in Suriname they have, different ethnicities. It's a melting pot of cultures, so they tend to paint what their ethnic background.
Are there some things that you miss from the Philippines?
Yeah, the food. Yes, the food. Of course, my family.
Yeah. And what do you like of Suriname?
Suriname, the people, yes, they are friendly, they are warm,
And your work environment?
and the working environment.
Yeah, the working environment.
There's some needs for improvement, but otherwise, it can do.
Yes. And we will see you now a few more years in Suriname.
As of this moment, I don't have any plans yet, so you can still see me around.
Okay.
Yes.
And will this be the last exhibition of you in Suriname?
Probably
or can
not,
we?
because we've been talking that we will do this every year.
Afternoon, everyone. I'm Melanie Ocasla, and I am also known as 13th Leaf in the social media, maybe in Instagram or Facebook. So I'm actually by profession an auditor. I'm an accountant here in Suriname for almost like 9 years now.
Okay.
So I do artworks, and traveling really inspires my artworks. Mostly I really love and I really value hiking, climbing mountains, and that really pushes me to create artworks in my relaxation time as a meditation.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And how old were you when you started with art?
I started art really picked my interest at the age of 15. So for let us say for 13 years or 15 years, I really tried to, from time to time, during my free time, exercising how to paint. Okay. So up until now, I could.
And the 13th leaf, yeah? What's the story behind that?
Okay. So 13th leaf is very important to me, the number 13, because it just gives significance to my success as a person, not only in art but in my profession. Like I took my board examination for CPA October 13, 2013, and it took me 13 years to finally be able to be accepted in an exhibit that is here in Suriname, the CF, if you're familiar with that, sir. So for 13 years, I was exercising and trying hard to get in, and then finally on that 13th year, I was able to get in. And then the leaf is that there is a short story about the last leaf. So if you get to know that that story, it has some quite of I could relate to that story with my family background. So
Did you have any exhibitions, solo group exhibitions in the Philippines?
no, sir, this is actually my very first independent exhibition where I have my colleagues, co-workers, Mr. Miguel, Doc Miguel, and Miss Maria. But I have joined this CF back in 2020 here in Suriname. So Suriname is quite a very important and very precious country for me, because it really gave me the opportunity to somehow show my artworks.
And I see some paintings, some special paintings, and I see some photos.
I am also into photography because back then when I was still in high school, I do photojournalism. It's more on the news side, so English side. So I do have the background of that one. So I just applied it to art itself. So if you would notice, most of my photos is about traveling, being at peace, giving a type of healing, and it's very saturated. So there's an intense color in it.
Yeah. But your heart goes out to what? Photographs or art?
I can't choose. It's both arts, sir, but music, photography, art. So it really is my way of expressing myself. Because most of the time I could not really express myself in words. So I just put it in maybe writing or drawing, photography, or even music. So.
And are there any pictures from Suriname?
Oh, yes, sir. This is from Suriname, the bridge going to Kamoena.
Yeah.
And this one as well from Suriname. So those two, sir. I do have a lot of the collection as well, but it's not displayed currently here. But maybe in the near future.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is the dream?
The dream, sir?
Yeah. What do you want to accomplish with your photography, with your visual art?
Mostly, I just want it to be simple, but to the point that I wanted to give inspiration to people as well. Whatever your background is, whether you're an accountant, a doctor, or house husband, or like a wife, you could really create something that is very important for you, especially if it is a way for you to heal, to relax, and to give inspiration to the, youth or to everyone who is also looking for something that they wanted to value in their life.
Yeah. When we look at this, for example, yes, we just see someone standing there with a bird. Yeah, that is the first thing that we see. But people, you make this. Yeah, what do you see? What is the story for you there?
So that is actually me. So standing on a rock. So that is back in the Philippines. I was just really, because that is after COVID. So for long years, I wasn't able to go back home. So I really miss my family, and I have friends. I have lost some of my friends. So it's quite, I wanted to let go and just be free. That's why this one is called yearning. I am longing for someone. I am longing for people. I'm longing for the place. I'm longing for my family. So I was also being able to use myself as a subject in my photos so that I could really show my emotion in that.
Yeah. And this one is a little bit graphic, but what is the story behind this?
So this is part of my travel in Peru. So in one of the churches that they have. So
And it is a church.
yes, underground. So they have where the
They buried.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And this one?
This one is as well on the same church. So it's used for weaving
Okay.
people back in Peru. Yeah.
And this, Manila, Chinatown.
Yes, so this is also back in 2020. I just finished it this year, 2023, before I came back here in Suriname. So I spent my last year for 6 months back in Philippines. So I was
In
just,
January.
yeah. But I did this 4 months. I started October and then finished by January. So I was just, this is me. So I was just roaming around with my cousin and my friends in Binondo, Manila, because I was really craving for the food. Of course, if you're from Suriname as well, when I came to the Philippines, I was like, I'm craving for sauto soup. We don't have it there. So same as when I am in the Philippines, I really crave for Filipino food or Chinese food because I've been gone for 3 years. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna search for food and eat what I have. And then this photo, the photo reference is actually from me as well. So, and I said, the color is very nice. The image is very vibrant. Even if you could see that there is still heightened restriction back in my country, we're still wearing masks. I said, I want to remember this moment that I was able to get back to my country after a pandemic. Like seems like everyone is getting out of touch. I could not reach them. I really miss them. I want to remember this time that I was finally able to get back to my country. So that's why I painted it.